A big part of mental health is good, healthy connections with other people. Now, these days, what can really get in the way is technology. Spending time on the phone, the laptop, or the TV instead of engaging in real life with real people and real relationships. Well, Samantha Hoff is founder of Pottery with a Purpose, with tips on digital detox. And has this been an issue for you yourself, Samantha, at all in the past? Too much screen time?
It definitely is. It's actually how I started my business. I was on my phone probably over 8 or 9 hours a day at the start of the pandemic, and I just found it wasn't helpful for my mental health, and I really wanted something else that was more kind of therapeutic and more beneficial for my mental health than just using my hands to type. And that's why some of these crafts that we'll talk about kind of came into my life.
Yes, I love these ideas, but for people who aren't artistic, we'll maybe give an alternative, but starting with the pottery. Is the point just working with your hands in a productive, constructive way? Is that what's helping?
So yeah, so I would say it's not necessarily about being productive. As someone that burnt out in a corporate job, I really like to focus on the therapeutic aspect of touching clay with your hands and literally just forming mud with your own two hands into something you can use is really powerful. It's fulfilling, and it's also really relaxing. If you've done even gardening or something like that, you probably know what I mean. And having your hands physically dirty with something is really helpful in keeping you off of touching other things, whether it's technology devices or just even, I don't know, it's easy to get distracted nowadays. There are lots of things.
Samantha, what we're looking at here is this video of someone with a kit, opening a kit. It looks like, and then doing the clay. Is this a kit that you have available, or what is that about?
Yeah. So on the website potterywithapurpose.com, I sell 2 different types of kits: air dry pottery kits, which, as you might guess, just need air to dry. It doesn't need a kiln and takes about 3 days to dry. You can create all sorts of trinket dishes, vases, wall hangings, earrings even, and then a ceramic kit that you can make things like mugs. So I have this little bonus dad mug for Father's Day.
That's cute.
And you can create this one either out of the air dry or the ceramic clay, and they're delivered all over the U.S. and Canada straight from our website to your doorstep.
I think those are beautiful. And especially when you said air dry, I thought, well, I could do that then, because we all think we need to have them fired in a kiln or something. But these dry on their own, and then the painting, I love how they're uneven. They've got that nice lumpy look, DIY look. Yeah, that's cool.
You can really see that you touch them with your own hands, and make them one of a kind, which I love.
Very pretty. You have this other thing, which I didn't know we could do with green onions, as a way to plant them, like buy green onions from the store or whatever. And how do we do that?
Yeah, definitely. So you actually don't even need any dirt to plant them. All you do is buy traditional green onions or scallions from the store. You use them in whatever recipe, and you'll stop right before the white part on the green scallion, and then you'll keep that part that has the roots attached. You'll put them in a little dish first. I like to use an espresso cup because they're pretty tiny after you've chopped them up. And you give them a little water, and you'll set them on your windowsill and let them start to grow. It takes about, honestly, like 2 days for you to start to see them to grow. But I change the water about every 3-4 days, and about 2 weeks later, you'll have some new green onions you can use in a new recipe.
I can't believe I didn't know that. That is so simple. That is so cool. Wow. The other thing about that, so let's get back to the digital detox. Growing green edible things is therapeutic.
Definitely. It's really therapeutic whether it's food or herbs or plants, like I said, having your hands dirty is really therapeutic. And then just the beauty of things growing and kind of watching things take their time to grow. So often as people, we want to rush things, and it's like if you have a flower, you can't say, I'm going to tear open this bud and make it bloom today. You have to be patient and wait, and I love to kind of apply that to my own life during spring and summer as well.
Yeah, that's the joy of nature, So now we have one more thing, making tie-dye out of food scraps. So we're going to show this video that you provided. Now tell me about this. How did you come up with that?
Yeah, so I love to keep scraps from around the house, as you might be able to tell from the last thing we just chatted about, the green onions. And this one involves house food scraps as well. So my two favorites to do tie-dye from home with are avocado pits, which will have a pinkish hue, and then also onion skins. And those will have a more brownish, sometimes yellowish hue. And you just basically soak them in water. There's some more steps, and there's a blog link as well that you can find on potterywithapurpose.com. But you'll need the traditional elastics. For natural tie-dye, the one different thing that you need than using kind of synthetic dyes is you have to have all natural fiber cloth. So think cotton, linen, canvas, but not something that has lycra in it, because the dye won't stick to it.
Well, it's beautiful. It really is. And
Yeah.
we're putting up your website now, potterywithapurpose.com, and that's where you can find those kits that Samantha mentioned, and so much more. Some great ideas for just for slowing down and enjoying kind of a different aspect of life this summer. I think that's a good lesson for all of us. It's good to have you with us here, Samantha. Thank you so much for the great ideas.
Thank you for having me, Paula.
Thank you. Sure. Bye now.